Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be taking a look at one of my favorite nodes from the entire Godot engine, which is the ScrollContainer. Now, if you are wondering what is a ScrollContainer, it's quite simple and it's pretty much what it sounds like. It is a little window, like you can see here, which contains something, usually a single child control node, which I will add in a moment, and you get to scroll up and down if it's too big vertically, or side to side if it's too big horizontally. So what does that look like? I will show you right now. Now you may, if you are particularly astute, realize that this color rect is not anywhere. It's size 0. Why is it size 0? Well, let's set it a bit bigger. That can't go wrong. So we have our thing. It's gone again. Why did that happen? Well, here's a pro tip about using the ScrollContainer. For as much as I like it, it is a container, and containers are horrible because I guess they do some containing thing. They basically shrink it to its minimum size every single time. So if you actually want to have a node which will display in your ScrollContainer, you need to set the minimum size. And now that works, and it's very helpful. And you can scroll side to side or up and down to your heart's content. It's very nice. And this is a very versatile node, I should say so. So you may be thinking, it's quite neat, innovative even, that it has this sort of clipping functionality, so you can only see what's in the rect of the ScrollContainer. That is actually not specific to the ScrollContainer. You can have that with any control node. It's this clip content button here. And if I disable that, it just shows the whole thing. But this is actually available in any control node. So if you have any control node whatsoever, and you only want to show what is visible in the rect, just put that clip content thing on, and it works. So don't feel like you have to use a ScrollContainer just to hide certain stuff, because I was doing that for a while. I did not realize it was just a clip content property. I didn't realize this existed. I thought the ScrollContainer was just kind of anomalous in that regard, but it's not. Another useful thing which might be of interest is that you can set the scroll programmatically. There are properties to scroll it horizontally or scroll it vertically. You just add the number in it and it goes on. It's super easy. And there are some specific properties here. There's this follow focus one, which is kind of neat, especially if you have, say, a updating list of things and you have something always added to the bottom, like a chat log perhaps. You can set follow focus and it will always update to the most recently added thing or whatever is in focus. There's a whole bunch of focus rules for control nodes, so you can sort of figure those out at another time. But you might also be thinking, this does not look good. I mean, it looks like Godot, which is fine, but what if you want to make a game that isn't just like the Godot UI? Well, there are excellent methods of doing that. There's this whole theme thing, and there's a theme override thing. I don't know what that is. Just go for straight theme. Now, themes, they get a bad reputation because it's all this stuff. And it looks scary, and you just want to click on it, you want to do this, you want to add a preview. Don't do any of that, because this is the important part here, the overriding part. So you have type, you go in here, say you want to override the ScrollContainer. Well, actually, what happens if I just put, okay, ScrollContainer doesn't show up, because it doesn't really do anything. It's the scroll bars which, oh actually it does. Okay, let's try again. Theme. So we have a theme. I'm going to override this VScrollBar here. So I'm going to type in VScrollBar, and you get all of these nice properties, style boxes even, to set what this thing looks like. And you have textures for decrements and increments. There might be more stuff, not really, okay. But there is this grabber, which is this thing, and scroll, which is the long black bar thing, and then there's focus, highlight, pressed. So sometimes I just want to make these things disappear, and that's easy enough, because what I just do, you put the plus to add like a overriding style box, and you just set it to an empty style box. You don't need it. Sometimes you want to be able to scroll, but you don't want to be able to see the scroll bar. And this is going to be a pain to demonstrate because I only have a homogeneous little color vect here. So I'm just going to add icon.png, just like that. And he's going to be down here. And hopefully this should show up. I can scroll with my mouse wheel. Can't do anything clicking on it because it isn't there, but I can scroll with my mouse wheel. And I can even disable the horizontal scrolling if I wanted to. And there we go. And that might be useful for, say, a chat box. It's very good. Now, if you did actually want to make it like something, well, I don't have any textures at the moment. I wonder if I could sort of fake it with one of these StyleBoxFlat things. I don't know if I actually could, but I'm going to try. So, yeah, look at that. Expand margin. You can set it to any color you like. So let's have a nice, I don't know. Let's go for a nice turquoise. Why not? And this expand margin, we have this. This will automatically sort of scale itself to the, there we go. So for some reason, it's still not actually grabbable. I don't know why. I don't know why, and that does concern me a little bit. Well, you know, I mean, that's how you can make it look like something. I think probably, I know that using a StyleBoxTexture will allow you to grab it, because I have done that before. It has worked. I am currently using that in one of my games even, so it absolutely does work. And it's pretty much this exact same idea. If you just go here, you import a texture. The only texture I have is this one, the only one. And do a little bit of expand. Maybe it's because it's pressed up right against the side here. I don't know. What happens if I do that? Okay, I still don't know. This is truly one of my favorite control nodes. I've used this one extensively, a lot, because if you're doing UI design, quite often you will want to scroll up and down, and it can be a bit of a pain having to set the minimum size on the child control, but it is important to do that, because if you don't, you won't be able to scroll it, and you just need to know that. It's not obvious. So there you have it. You could also have like a VBox container here and just add entries. That's pretty much what I do. You just have a VBox and you add, say, a chat entry, a chat entry, a chat entry. And because VBox containers will automatically update their size to the size of their children, it will work very, very well with this scroll container because it just keeps going down. I'm not going to demonstrate that, there's probably no need, but if you're curious, you can go and create that yourself because it's very fun, exciting, and not even that difficult to do. So, if you enjoyed watching this video, thank you. Like and subscribe and comment and tell your friends and tell your family, and make posters, get a tattoo. Do all these things. Donate to the Godot Engine because they probably need money. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for, well, more. Goodbye.